Where do you want me to look? To you?
I want you to look wherever you want. We're just going to talk very casual.
Okay.
I'm meeting here with George, who owns Hub Bicycle Rental, Sale, and
We used to do repairs, no longer.
No longer repairs. George had Hub in the space behind us for, how long were you there, George?
We were here 4.5 years, and on Morton Street another 4.5 years.
Street,
So
okay.
9 years in this neighborhood.
Okay, and as I was walking by this morning,
And then I closed.
I was very happy to see that you were setting up bikes, and I was very happy to see that Hub is now open again for the summer, just out on the same corner that you always did business for the last 5 years, Washington and Charles Street in the West Village. So can you tell us a little bit about what happened to your space? It's right there.
Well, the bike business is rather a difficult business anyway, because you have a seasonality. And bikes get stolen, and it's problematic owning a bike. But nevertheless, my sales grew every year for 7 years until in 2012 we had $1 million year. I sold 1,000 bikes in 2012.
Amazing.
And I was sure I was really doing it right. And then Citibike opened. Sales went down by 25%
immediately,
and within a year, and then another 25% the second year. And my costs didn't go down. I still had to pay rent here, insurance, and staff. So we had a pretty healthy rental operation. It went from 80 bikes to 30, and I still never sold out, even though we used to sell out every weekend.
Right.
So it also hurt sales. I found my own customers abandoning their bikes. If they got a flat, they wouldn't fix it. They just go to Citibike. And the city put 5 of those damn Citibike stations within 5 blocks of my store. They surrounded my store.
This is a small neighborhood. This isn't like a small, you're huge.
Yeah,
this is a
West
very
Village.
small West Village. Everyone knows, many people know everyone else in their neighborhood, unlike other places maybe.
Yeah.
So essentially what you said this morning was interesting, and it's true. Essentially it was a monopoly. Citibank is a monopoly that moved in and helped to put the nail in the coffin of small thriving New York City businesses.
We were thriving, yes.
But
they didn't care. They could have done it differently. And I went, and so did my competitor, another bike shop, to the hearings and said, why are you placing these stands here in a neighborhood when really you're trying to replace taxi trips? They should be in Midtown. They should be at the subway exits where a bike shop couldn't afford the rent anyway.
Right.
You know, and you are literally replacing owning a bike with using this system, which is not the goal, I think, of bike share systems.
And it's not how they sold it either.
Not how they sold it.
To make it like greener city and less,
less cars.
pollution, less cars.
So what you have is less bike ownership now. And also people use them recreationally, which that was never the intention. So by putting them near the park, they use them to go and recreate in the park.
Right. So your problem wasn't necessarily your landlord, your lease coming up, and your landlord raising your rent 6 or 7 times, which
it wasn't. It happened
to other.
2 years in here. He raised it 50%. We endured that.
Which is that's insane.
We endured that. He said he had an offer, and I was on a month-to-month, and I matched the offer and stayed another 2 years. Now what I'm trying to do is operate a bike shop outdoors to bring down the rent. So it's 50% less rent than we were paying. And I have these 2 containers, and I'm contending with the weather, when it rains, this floods.
Right.
But I like the idea. I'm off the grid. I have a generator.
You're a New Yorker. You're adapting.
And in fact, the bikes are more visible being outside.
Right,
so it's more attractive to passersby.
But I mean, so part of the group that I'm involved with, #Save New York City, is trying to get into law this act called the Small Business Shops Survival Act. That was first written and presented to New York City by almost 30 years ago.
Really?
But now for the first time it has a majority of city managers who say that they will support it if it is to go to vote.
City council.
City council, yes. City council members. For the first time, there's a majority. The last time I checked, it was 27. They needed 25 to get it through. But the whole other part of this is that, okay, now they have to bring it to vote. Lots of people can say they're going to support this. And what it would do is offer protections in the form of, when it's time to renegotiate your lease, it would be illegal for someone to arbitrarily raise your rent, whatever percentage they think they can get. If you couldn't agree on a middle ground, then it would go to arbitration. Another part of it would be something that they've talked about incorporating is what cities like Jersey City, as you point out this morning, and San Francisco are passing, which is to limit the number of corporate chains that are spreading across cities like a plague, putting small businesses out of business, and really making a place like New York City, which is thriving. It's always been a place that people go to like find life, much less interesting and much less attractive in the end,
right,
as a place for interesting people to
Well, and
move
tourists,
to.
why would tourists come here if it's
Right.
not interesting?
Exactly,
So,
or if it looks exactly
like-
like where they
yeah,
live,
exactly.
like they'll go to the mall.
yeah.
So that's part of what we're trying to do.
I'm
So
totally with you. I just wonder, of course, the real estate industry is so powerful.
It's very
how
powerful.
something like that could get through city council. Is there an initiative like the Jersey City initiative here?
there
Because
is,
it's so simple.
It's
We're only
us.
going to allow one chain store per block,
right.
meaning
There is. We need to get the word out from our website. We need people to go to the website to find out how they can help, which is basically to harass the city council members and really to make some noise. It's time for people to start making noise. Like you said before, bike owners, bike shop owners are a particularly ornery lot. But it,
did say that.
you did say that. But it's definitely helpful. You know,
Organized.
yes. Is it a giant and we're Jack and the Beanstalk, you know, or the guy with the windmills? What's his name? Chasing dreams, whatever. You know, yes.
Don Quixote.
Yes, Don Quixote. Thank you.
We are
This
quixotic.
is a little quixotic, but that doesn't mean we can't try. You have to try. You have to go down fighting.
Well, you know, another thing I want to just add, Amazon, Fresh Direct, people don't realize that the goal of those companies is to cut out the quote middleman. Well, the middleman is your local grocer, your local stationer, your local shoe store, and eventually they're going to end up with no neighborhood.
Right.
No neighborhood. Everything's
Who
going to
wants
come.
that?
It's going to come by
Nobody.
truck,
Yeah.
right? You're going to go on your smart so-called phone, and you're going to end up with no place, no sense of place. So how are retailers at all going to survive?
How's everyone? Right. Not
So
everyone.
people are
has-
not alert to the fact that they are ruining their own neighborhood when they buy that way. So we need local papers like the Westview here to every week, every month it comes out, say, you know, don't be supporting these people. Or, you know, it's a scheme to cut out retail
Right.
from
And to
your
destroy
life and your neighborhood. You won't be
community.
able to go and shop anymore. You'll be able to go to a bar and get drunk because there's nothing worth looking at in your neighborhood. But
Drown
you
yourself.
won't be able to go and shop or meet somebody, you know. Our music instrument district is gone. It's because of the internet. People go and waste your time, learn about everything, and then get it cheaper on the internet. I know that because in the bike business, the same thing
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah.
You know, they think they're being smart, but eventually, you know, the only place they're going to learn anything is
All right, we're gonna
Google.
wrap this up. It's a short thing, but thank
Thank
you
you,
for
Jack.
talking to us, George. Come check out Hub. Let's get the sign, please.
You guys,
And,
what's going on over there?
Off
Thank
the
you so
grid.
much,
Bike
Yeah.
shop.
Off the grid bike
Nomadic.
shop in the West Village.
Thank you. That's how I've been feeling, believe me. Where's my camel?